already peeved me off, and we haven't even started the show yet.
Football's back, baby.
Slandering Bo Nix in the 10 seconds before we go live. Trying to rile me up.
We do what we got to do, man. Hey.
Future Giant.
Are we live?
What is what better chance to happen this year? Jerry Jones signs Micah Parsons or Bo Nix throws 40 touchdowns?
I'd say and for the record, the answer is Micah Parsons getting that extension. Jerry will pay him $45 million.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another glorious episode of Clickbait Sports. We have the fearsome foursome here. We are not with Tom Grossi, former fan of the year. He is still getting situated in the new household. But guys, first of all, how are you? It's been a while since I've been on Clickbait. How have you guys been? Brandon?
Yeah.
25?
You know, we caught up last week, Scooter. So
Yeah.
it was.
I was
nice.
I was lurking for a little bit. You guys were wiling on several takes about the Dallas Cowboys. It just so happened y'all wanted to talk about the Cowboys when I wasn't here.
I know.
Wild behavior.
I look at what Jerry Jones says. They're deliberately a soap opera. Like, controversy creates cash. I mean, we're talking about the Cowboys, and that's what he wants. I mean, that's their version of winning a Super Bowl. It's the version out of everyone's mouth instead of actually winning when it matters.
Actually, I got something. That happened today, guys. And I think it's quite possibly the greatest thing that's ever happened in football history, will ever happen in football history. We knew it was going to happen, and then it finally happened.
They had a lot of words throughout practice, so I gave my words and just went a little bit too far.
Don't say penis in this house! Penis! No! Penis! Big fucking erect penis, no! Mom! Penis! Penis!
Just went a little bit too far.
The censors weren't
sorry,
ready.
Scooter.
I
forgot how vulgar it got.
We're all demonetized.
They put Michael Penix on the
I did see that.
roller.
I did see that.
Brandon is laughing like a fifth grader right now. He's just like he's like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Since I learned about Michael Penix playing at Washington, I've been waiting for that moment.
You got it, buddy.
Get some mileage, boys.
The person who did that overlay at the news station, their ass is canned.
Yeah. Or I would promote them. I would promote that person.
What's up, Tom? Penis.
Don't worry, Tom. I'll save some for GPS too.
We're
He's gonna
cooked.
save some penis for you.
We are cooked. Speaking of things that you may or may not have seen, have you guys checked out that documentary on Jerry Jones on Netflix?
No, not a chance. Why would I watch that?
No one here has watched the documentary?
No.
It's just them sucking Jerry Jones's cock for.
Oh my God!
What
We know
are
this
we
goes.
doing?
Are we just
actually
ignoring the rules
doing?
here?
The rules. I mean, we had a whole video about Michael.
Yeah, we
Keyword
already used
Junior.
it up. We used
Why?
it up.
We burned our lifeline. Is this what we're saying
The
now?
documentary hasn't even started yet, has it? The Cowboys
Has it?
one? I don't think it's out yet.
Scooter's in shambles right now.
Cowboys.
Is he back with us
Frankly,
yet?
I'd rather watch King of the Hill and
This is
watch them
insane.
shit on Jerry Jones's desk.
This is literally insane behavior.
Did it?
Let's actually talk. Let's transition. Let's actually talk some non-genitalia action here. Let's go to Rashee Rice. Tree, what do you have to say or tell us about this saga involving Rashee Rice?
Well, the reality is his trial is going to be delayed until late September. And it has been ruled he will be able to play in the first 4 games of the season. So anyone in their fantasy drafts, get ready. The wheel of discipline will probably be spinned late September, early October. I want to get your guys' opinion on this because it's a little weird considering the circumstances. You know, he was recklessly driving through traffic, put a couple families at risk because of that reckless traffic, especially with what happened with Henry Ruggs the past couple of years. Five, what are you thinking about this?
I just want to see a drag race between Rashee Rice and Shedeur Sanders. That's
Myles Garrett. But Myles Garrett
and Myles Garrett. Yeah, we got 3. We could go 3 wide with that.
Yeah,
and that would be interesting.
It's not.
That's my
it's
thought.
His disciplinary hearing with the NFL. That's the NFL's hearing of how they're going to suspend him. That's not happening until the end of September because his actual court hearing that occurred a few weeks ago, and he's got to serve the 30 days of jail time, and was it 5 years probation? I forget. So he had his day in court, and it's weird that the NFL is pushing this to the 30th. Now, I think there's a couple things happening with the NFL. One, John Gruden got a big win against the league, so he can take his lawsuit to the league and do that through the courts versus the arbitration process that the NFL wanted, which if they do that, we might see a whole bunch of stuff come out from the 650,000 emails the NFL reviewed from the Dan Snyder investigation. So part of the reason the NFL wanted to do that through arbitration too is so that none of those other things became public. And now there's a good chance people are going to get their hands on all of those emails. Also, the Brian Flores lawsuit, I believe that just won in their court, and then the same sort of thing where now they have the right to continue to pursue that as well. So the NFL's got a handful of legal things they got to deal with, and outside of it just being weird that maybe we'll push this hearing to when the Chiefs are playing less games than so some lesser opponents. Maybe that's when we'll try and figure out this Rashee Rice suspension thing. There's actually, I think, some other shit they're dealing with.
Number one, I want to address a couple things. You know that they're going to drop it on like 4:00 on a Friday when everyone's shutting down their computers, and they're like, all right, Rashee Rice is suspended for 4 games. Number two, I think the NFL will settle with Gruden. They don't want any emails out that could be potentially misconstrued, misinterpreted. It's really odd that Gruden himself was singled out in the first round.
Well,
but I think that they will quietly give him a big fat check, and he will just be like, okay, I think we're good here.
We're gonna find out, because initially for him it wasn't about the money. He just wanted to clear his name. So like what's the level of money he's willing to take to be like, all right, yeah, I can't say no to that, versus I'm still gonna go scorched earth. Also, he wants to coach again. Now he's talking about maybe trying to coach in college. If he thinks this is going to open a window for him to coach in the NFL, I think that would have more weight with him than, just straight money. But I agree, Adam. I think it's going to get settled, but it would be crazy if Gruden just says, no, I'm not. I'm going to let all the dirty laundry come out, because the whole thing we were asking back when this happened, and we talked about it on this show, it's like, which other coaches are going to be under scrutiny because of things that they fired off in emails to other coaches and, league personnel? Because it couldn't have just been Gruden saying that stuff. It couldn't have been.
Well,
maybe,
number one,
maybe the extent of what he was saying, you know what I mean? But there's going to be stuff you're like, oh. Gosh,
well, number one, everyone has a price. Yeah. Everyone has a price. And I think a settlement is a clear acknowledgement that Gruden was clear. You know what I mean? Like, if they just quietly settle, I think the public would perceive that as, not only was he, he's kind of right.
I don't know about that, because I feel like there'd be a large population of the public that never even finds out about the settlement, and in their mind is just thinking John Gruden is this racist guy because they never even hear the follow-up stuff. That happens all the time, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. We will see how it plays out. Did you guys? Oh,
wait. Before we transition to the next, which coach do you think currently has the most sus emails out of the active? Like, who do you think just does not get their emails right, where you're like, ooh, that's going to sound bad. You know, I'm not necessarily accusing him of saying anything borderline. I'm just saying someone who would not want his emails out.
This is a great question, mainly because you have to think that a lot of these coaches are older, and do they even use email is really the question.
That is a good one. However, I'm going to go with a guy who's not coaching. Jack Del Rio, I'm going to suspect, does not want anyone reading his emaals. Like, he's like, I should probably go out
for a little bit.
Yeah, what is Jack? JDR
you know, I had like a short-lived beef with one of his sons on Twitter.
With Del Rio's son?
Yeah, because I forgot. I don't even know what it was about. Those were interesting times.
That's a good one. Urban Meyer's emails.
Urban Meyer's emails probably have to be something crazy.
Ooh, they're saying Sean Payton right here.
Sean Payton.
I think that was my next one was Dan Campbell. Not that Dan Campbell has any ill intent behind his emails. It's just I don't think he's mastered how to construct an email correctly.
We're missing the big one here, Greg Williams.
Ooh, Greg Williams' emails are probably. I bet you Greg Williams just forwards off-color memes like all day. Like I don't think he actually writes emails. He just like, hey, check this out right here.
Like I think we really should be looking at like who's sending the Instagram reels to different people, because that's the age bracket that we're looking at here. I think.
I want to see Sean McDermott's emails the weeks leading up to his 9/11 locker room speech. I just want to see what he's researching for his state of mind.
He was like, they work together as a team. Look at that.
Did we ever address the Shannon Sharp settlement here on Clickbait?
No, we did not.
No, I did a video about it. But Jim Harbaugh's a good one. I don't think he's going to say anything like homophobic or racist, but I think Jim Harbaugh might send the most bizarre emails we could imagine reading. But
Jim Harbaugh sounds like a guy who would call you if you're on his coaching staff to meet him at like 3 a.m. at the stadium, and then just be like, let's eat popcorn or something. And you'd be like, what? And then he would just be like, all right, you can go.
Meet me there at 3 a.m. and I'm going to tell you about how I remember my own birth. Yeah. That should inspire you to turn the worm, baby. Who has it better than us? Nobody. Everybody, Jim Harbaugh.
Yes.
All right.
He does remember his own birth, allegedly. And he
does remember his own birth.
We talked to Cameron Dicker about that when he was on. He's like, yes, he does say he remembers his own birth.
Let's change gears a little bit. Let's go to the Cleveland Browns. Shedeur Sanders is injured. Are the Cleveland Browns the most cursed organization in the NFL? If no, why?
No, because the Minnesota Vikings exist. Are we just pausing now?
Is this dead air? What you're about to play something, Brandon?
You guys can talk.
Yeah,
Cleveland is up there. It depends on what your level of cursing is. Like the Jets are pretty cursed, but they have won a Super Bowl. The Lions are pretty cursed.
Lions are pretty cursed. Like even when they're doing good, something inexplicably always goes wrong. I'm going with the Browns though, mainly because of Deshaun Watson. Right, at least if you're the Vikings, there is some glimmer of hope when you're looking at this rehab process with JJ McCarthy. The Browns, though, it just seems like they have 19 different quarterbacks, and all of them, for some reason or not, cannot stay healthy. Did you guys actually watch Shedeur in that preseason game?
Yeah. No, you're exactly correct. Sorry, I was fixing my mic. You guys are right. I did not have my mic on. And the funny part is before the show, I was the one telling Urinating Tree he didn't have his microphone on. God, I'm so stupid.
What are we doing here?
Cleveland's got what? You got Shedeur with an oblique injury. So he had a really nice preseason game last week. I thought Browns fans had the right to feel a little bit excited about Shedeur. And then he was going to start again this week. And I was like, that's great. That's the best case scenario for Shedeur. He's going to get a lot of game reps. He's going to get a real evaluation. Stock is rising in Cleveland. Hurts is oblique. Dylan Gabriel still dealing with the hamstring. Kenny Pickett dealing with a hamstring. 40-year-old Joe Flacco is the only healthy quarterback on the roster, and they don't want to play him, Scooter, because he's 40. They bring in Tyler Huntley, and now that looks like we laughed, but it's pretty smart because Huntley might play the whole freaking game this weekend. And, of course, Deshaun Watson's still hurt. So, yes, they are 100% cursed. 100%.
I think the bigger question here also, this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about when I was not here. How much stock can we really put into a preseason football game?
Not much.
Ooh, almost
because
none.
Shedeur looked good, but has that ever really been indicative of success in the NFL preseason?
No.
Greatness.
I'm going to say Kenny Pickett looked really good in 2023. Yeah, here's a name that some of you might remember from 2023 as well. Malik Cunningham. Remember how good he looked in that preseason? Aiden O'Connell looked pretty good in that preseason. Dorian Thompson-Robinson. They all looked good in the preseason, and they were terrible quarterbacks.
See,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Flav.
Sorry. No, I mean, any type of stock you put in quarterback play in the preseason is sus. But when you see someone with blazing speed or make a big play or make a big hit, you can be optimistic about that. But quarterback play, it's like, I mean, you can evaluate if someone's coming off of injury, how good they're going to play that year. You'd want to see how Aaron Rodgers is in the preseason this year to see if he has what he used to have. But other than that, maybe 10%.
You're looking at you're basically just trying to get confirmation that your guy doesn't suck. Like Rodgers, can he show that, maybe he can move around a little bit, still make some of the Rodgers throws if he can. If you're a Steelers fan, you go, okay, that's good. Adam, you should know, you're watching Jackson Dart last week. It's not going to be crazy, but you're I just want to see a series where he looks like he can command the offense. Make a few of the tough throws and just make me feel good about, what he can do. And you're not going to actually get a taste of what he can do until, the season starts. But you're looking for specific things.
He did look pretty good in the preseason.
Looked really nice.
Yeah, but 0% stock on that.
But again, that's where I'm just questioning, what really can we look at in the preseason? I'm looking at the Dallas Cowboys run defense, and I'm afraid because it's giving me PTSD from when the Green Bay Packers ran for 947 yards against us in that playoff game. So I don't know if I should take this as this is just preseason or we need to sign someone immediately. What is Christian Wilkinson's doing right now?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't really know because it's very hard to pinpoint when your ones are not playing, especially when you're a top-heavy team. You have stars. Micah's not playing. CD's not playing. So it's very hard. It's very hard.
Yeah, you're seeing more and more that the first 3 weeks of the regular season is more of a gauge than the actual preseason. You can pretty much tell what your season-long problems are going to be in those, that first quarter of the season too. It's we cannot stop the run, and it doesn't get any better typically, unless you have guys that are injured that are going to come back. But yeah, I feel like the preseason kind of is overlapping into the regular season more and more now.
And for all this player safety stuff, they took a game away. I feel like taking a game away, even though it might in some ways reduce injuries because you're not playing that game, in my opinion, I think it actually adds to the amount of injuries because the ones aren't playing anymore now. They're not getting their bodies into football shape. What do you guys think about that? Because we've seen a lot of injuries already this in the preseason already.
Yeah, I mean that's always going to happen. It was so when the 4 preseason you have a month of preseason football, and that last week was so worthless anyways. They're playing third string guys to
it
just
seems like every week is the last week of preseason now.
Yeah, I don't know if you need more like preseason game reps. I think they need more probably like practice reps, but like I don't think I think 2 preseason games makes the most sense. Even 3, you're just like, okay, after this week, I'm going to make another video about the 3rd slate of preseason games, and nobody's going to care. I'm not going to care about it. You can see the guys that you need to see. It's hard taking that 3rd one away for the guys you're really trying to evaluate to round out those final few roster spots. But I don't think it has much to do with like the injuries. But also I totally forgot Christian Wilkins still free agent.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think he's got to prove like that he's going to be able to get on the field and play with, his foot issue or whatever. But I like that you got your eye on him, Scooter.
We need something. Okay,
I forgot.
So we'll see. A lot of people have been surmising that the Cowboys are going to go out and get a veteran cornerback and a veteran D tackle. That is yet to be seen, though. What is to be seen, though, is there are some NFL changes in the rules. Tree,
Yes.
we were talking about this before. Can you take us through some of the changes that are happening this year?
Well, I know the big rule change that has really come into play, especially after that Bills thing with the Vic. They are now doing digital first downs. The chain gang is no more. So that's going to be the big thing as well. There's going to be more kickoff adjustments. I believe they're moving the kickoff back 5 yards. Just so
the touchback is you start at the 35.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. It's now. And the problem is
that is insane.
It's stupid because let's put it this way: you have 10 seconds. You go from the 35-yard line to the 50. And then you kick a Cam Little 70-yard field goal. Can we talk about that for a second? 70 yards.
Yeah, it's insane.
On flat land, not even mountains in Denver. I remember when I was a kid, 50 yards was a big deal.
Yeah. It's
ahead.
when you break a record by 4 yards, like a kicking record, I don't care if it's in the preseason. It's pretty cool. Like that's probably the best play of last week of all the games.
Mm-hmm. It was
for sure.
You did a
And
whole video, Adam, about how that could never happen.
Yeah. So I feel very dumb, but the real reason why I said that is because at that time they weren't attempting kicks of over 6. There'd be only 1 or 2. And when Justin Tucker attempted that kick in 2021, that was the only attempt over 60 yards that entire season. And the percentage of makes over 60 yards was like 14% in the NFL up to that point.
Yeah.
Now it's up to 38%. It's ridiculous.
Tucker's kick there was no time on the clock, right?
No, that was a forced kick.
And that's why, like, you're not going to take a kick because if you miss, you're just handing over tremendous field position to your opponent. So it's got to be not only the distance has to be that crazy amount of distance, the situation for your team has to be the right situation to even try that.
I think the Cowboys had a situation where they could have tried it, and they didn't with Brandon Aubrey. I think
he's got legs.
The leg
Aubrey has legs
to break this record, but they just never gave him the opportunity. I think they were afraid he was going to injure himself because he was coming off an injury, so they said no attempt for you.
Yeah.
But
actually last year.
So
last year, Aubrey attempted and made a 65-yarder in the middle of the first quarter. Now, they were already down a lot, even though like they started off against the Ravens like awful. And they were just like, all right, Aubrey, go out and kick a 65-yard. And he made it. Okay. But that's the only time I've seen that is going to become more and more typical that rule change that we're talking about rule changes here. They change it so you can address the ball and groom it for up to 3 days before the game. There's so much. You guys have no idea what these guys do to a ball before the game. They covered in this special New Jersey mud.
I'm not comfortable with you using the word groom the football, though, Adam.
Listen, Manscaped.
Nothing wrong with a good groom.
Well, okay, how they just prepare these balls.
Yeah, don't you have a video on the longest kicks?
Yep,
I do. But the longest kick possible is probably about 80 yards, but that changed when they changed this rule. It could be up to 84, 85 yards that a kicker could theoretically kick if he's in Denver, if he's wind aided, if he has a ball that he's broken in that's just perfect and can just, if it's a fair catch kick, I think someone could theoretically hit an 80 to 82 yard kick.
Yeah, that's what
possible.
I'm looking to. That's what I want to see in my lifetime. I have yet to see is it called a fair catch kit or a fair catch kick?
One happened last year. Dicker's
Isn't
a
it called
kicker.
a free kick or something?
Yeah. So on any kick, if you fair catch it, you have the option to attempt a field goal from that spot.
And it's unrushed, correct?
Yes, and the defense is required to be 10 yards back from wherever your fair catch was. And that happened last year when Tom and Brandon had a meltdown because they didn't know the rule. Mm-hmm. And Cameron Dicker hit a 57-yarder unchecked, and it went right
in
to
halftime.
the upright.
Yep.
Yeah, and that play was aided by a penalty as well. So
correct.
Yes.
It's got to be a perfect storm of dumb circumstances, and it just
sometimes it just happens.
The Broncos.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the day where they have to change this rule because people will start fair catching the kickoffs and just having free kicks for 3 points from 80 yards away. That's what I'm waiting for.
Well, that
kickoff
with the field position starting at the 35, though. If you watch Isaac punts, my boy, they're changing the kickoff where more kicks are landing in that landing zone, and they're trying to reduce returns to under 30 yards. Before it was like, all right, when you start at the 20, it's like, all right, it's touchback. We don't even care. Like, we will take now the kickoff is getting a little more interesting. And it's interesting to see how the NFL is just manipulating the product because they're like, all right, we don't want people getting hurt, but we want the kickoff to be somewhat interesting, which it was not. Now, one thing that was alarming, I watched a video on the NFL about onside kicks. That's another rule change as well, is anytime that you are trailing, you can attempt an onside kick at any part of the game. However, you still have to declare. Now, the most alarming thing about that video is they said they want onside kick returns to be in the 10% range, which personally, I don't know about you guys, I hate onside kicks. It's like,
what?
Really?
Yeah, I don't like them.
Hate onside kicks. They're exciting.
I don't like them because
Payton came out and kicked that onside kick out of the Super Bowl. I mean, that was insane. I don't even know why they're making it. You have to declare. That's what I'm upset about.
Because the formation is so different.
That takes all the ingenuity, all the you should be able to onside kick whenever you want to onside kick. You should not have to declare it, and people should do trick plays more.
I feel like when you kick off, the other team gets it, and you have to get 3 plays and a stop. To have that reduced to 1 play, if you just get really good at the onside kick, but it's like that kind of cheapens a defensive.
It's a 4% completion rate. That's what I'm saying. Surprise factor.
I figured it. I got a better idea. Okay, instead of the onside kick, each team lines up their offense and defense for 1 play. Each team runs the tush push. Whichever team runs the tush push the furthest gets the ball.
Problem is Philly wins that every time.
Sorry, Scooter. Your Cowboys just got another thing going to work against them.
Absolutely not.
I do want to talk about the games coming up for this weekend here.
Most certainly.
Also, there's one more rule change before you get into this. I have one more rule. The OT rules this year are different. OT rules, even if they score a TD, you get the ball.
Yep, in the regular season, too.
Everybody gets it.
It's everyone complained about that Buffalo Kansas City game, but my belief is this: you need some form of risk for getting into overtime. And the risk is the coin. I mean, at the end of the day, your defense has to be able to make a stop, and sometimes they're just not able to.
Do you guys think the NFL is changing things way too quickly, like for the average fan to keep up with?
Yes.
I think the problem is it's just they're trying to change something that didn't need changed. That's the reality of it.
I think overtime should be played every minute that comes off the clock. One player from each team has to put on a blindfold.
That's fair.
I would say a three-legged race.
I like the OG overtime rules. First to score wins. It doesn't matter if the coin toss. That's why the coin toss is important, because it decides who gets possession.
But then it just came down to a 50-50 shot. You know,
we need more ties.
Don't go to overtime. End it in regular time. Then
they can't.
I do like that. These new rules will encourage that you won't see Dan Campbell going for it.
Yeah, Dan Campbell will always go for it.
What they needed was like that Tennessee rule. Remember a couple years ago where if you scored a touchdown, you had to convert a 2-point conversion to win. If you failed that, the team got the other part of the ball. That it adds different types of strategy.
At some point,
I feel like
NFL
that would work.
is just going to go to the college overtime rules. We are on that path.
It's looking like that because that's
these would be like 85 to 88 shootouts.
Whichever.
You know how efficient offenses are in the NFL?
And then every record could get broken. We are on that path.
What if it's whatever quarterback can throw it the farthest, they win?
Justin Herbert wins that every time.
We're putting Joe Milton in, and we win by default.
One, Bo Nix is better than Justin Herbert at throwing it far.
No.
2, Josh Allen would beat Patrick Mahomes.
3. Hold on.
Who's the quarterback? Your backup quarterback, Scooter?
Joe Milton.
Yeah. You guys would win every overtime game.
We would.
Dude's got a cannon.
Me and Tom were there when Joe Milton was at the NFL Combine with Bo Nix, by the way. With Bo Nix.
Milton could throw like 90 yards.
Let's keep it on Bo Nix before we look at these games real quick.
Yeah, God bless Bo Nix.
Chat, before we came on here, we were talking about a clip that we had all seen where some guys were talking and they said they could name 12 quarterbacks who were better than Justin Herbert. One of them was Bo Nix.
He is.
Chat, is Bo Nix
100%
better than Justin Herbert?
Man, you are huffing that copium right there, brother.
Yes or no, chat? Let me tweet this.
They even said Dak was better than Justin Herbert.
Oh, Justin Herbert.
Dude.
That sounds like that was a hot take right there.
That's not a hot take. The numbers support everything.
Okay.
The only thing that Justin Herbert is worse at than Dak Prescott is how much money he's making.
Is Bo Nix better than Justin Herbert?
Yes.
Question.
Ask AI.
AI is so bad when it comes to stats. Like, it's terrible when it comes to stats. Do not ask AI anything as it pertains to NFL stats because it will lead you astray. You got to find that stuff out manually still.
I'll give you this. I think, right, like Justin Herbert has this narrative about him now where I feel like he's one of the most forgiven quarterbacks for his shortcomings as a quarterback. And Bo Nix, people just think he's better than Justin Herbert.
Who thinks that?
A lot of people.
You give Justin Herbert that Denver Broncos defense.
I'll take Bo Nix over Herbert. They both got to the playoffs last year.
Is this how I sound? Tree 5. Is this how I sound?
You're getting a taste of it.
You're getting
I
a
have
taste
to
of
believe.
delusion. Yeah.
I have to.
There's no way I sound that.
I'm taking
this chat room, buddy.
I'm taking Justin Herbert.
Why?
You give Justin
What's he
Herbert
done? What's he done as an NFL quarterback?
He blew a 27-point
it wasn't him, it was the Staley defense, dude. That defense.
And he didn't.
The whole
He couldn't score in that second half. I think Justin Herbert's good, but I feel like finding 12 quarterbacks better than him is not the hardest task I've done as a football idiot. I'd take
Herbert's
Dak
good.
over Herbert. Boom! Oh!
Most people
That's
would.
divisional bias,
That's not a hot take. That's not a hot take.
All
Would
right.
you take Baker Mayfield over Herbert?
And I'm
Would you
taking
take
Dak
Bo
over
Nix or
Jalen
Dak
Hurts,
Prescott, guys?
which y'all said last stream when I wasn't here to defend that y'all would take Jalen Hurts over Dak, which is crazy when you look at the numbers. It is crazy. There is nothing Jalen Hurts does better than Dak.
You are coping and seething.
Except run the ball. That's it.
Hold on. Where was this? This is funny.
Unholy alliance. It is.
Let's
And we
create
birthed
the
the
unholy
Antichrist.
alliance,
It's
dude.
terrible.
Hasn't Jalen Hurts already played in 2 or 3 NFC championship games?
First
I
of
agree
all,
with this, Mark. I'd take Baker Mayfield over Justin Herbert.
Wow.
That's
Any
not
day
take because
of the
Baker
week.
Mayfield's done well.
Baker's a
Is that a
Baker
hot
is a
take?
dog. Game on the line. Give me Baker. Give me Baker every day of the week.
Yeah, Johnny Barks.
Give me
he's right.
Justin Herbert 40% of the time if the game is on the line.
Yeah, yeah.
One
you have to be
credentialed
smoking too much
reporter.
weed up there, bro.
Baker Mayfield is crazy over Justin Herbert.
Dude, I
I'm just
love
saying.
Baker Mayfield. I'd die for
I love Baker too, but it's still crazy over Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert also suffers from not having an elite offense around him
No, he's
or a good defense
Chargers.
around him. He needs receivers. He's finally gotten some help at receiver, but he was struggling because he had no one to throw the ball.
Did he get help? He got Keenan Allen back.
Yeah, you got Keenan Ivory.
Vlad
Allen
McConkey's great, but
Vlad
And Mike
McConkey is a
Williams is
beast.
done.
But
I don't know
in
if he got the help he actually
teams-
needs.
The same way teams can key in on CD, they can key in on Lad. So we'll see. We'll see.
Very much so.
All right, let's look at these games.
Yes, sir.
I want to watch Michael Penix on Friday.
Yes. Junior.
I'm excited to watch Penix. He's going to play more, right? Is he going to play? Because he didn't play last week. Did he play last week? I can't remember.
I can't tell.
And Cam Ward. This is a fun quarterback game with the Titans and the Falcons.
My question is, why is nobody paying attention to Cam Ward? He's just been really quietly performing, and nobody cares.
That's
It's
good
just-
if you're
everyone's paying
Titans
attention to
fan.
Shedeur and Jackson Dart. The
Oh,
Cam
yeah,
Ward's
yeah.
like, oh yeah, that guy. He's like,
I'm a Titans fan. I'm loving this. Don't hype my guy up. Just let him grab his lunch.
he's getting the
pail and go to
Trayvon
work.
Walker.
This
treatment,
reminds me a lot.
nobody
Remember when
forgets they're,
Cam,
first overall?
when Cam Newton came into nobody was like, oh, and then Cam week 1 was like, I can play this game. If Cam Ward comes out like that, you're gonna be very happy if you're a Titans fan.
Yeah, Tennessee's. I think they got a good quarterback, and I think people will start talking about him. You know what's really funny to me though is there's all these media outlets who keep saying nobody's talking about Cam Ward, and in my head I'm like, it's your job. It's your company's job to talk about him. You can't work for a sports media company and be like, nobody's talking about Cam Ward. It's like that. Your job is to bring those ideas to the table. But it has been underhyped. I find that very funny. Who has a better season, Penix or Ward statistically?
Ooh.
Penix has the weapons. He has the better weapons, probably better offensive line. I would lean towards Penix, but
Titans
it
are
would be
really
wildly
bad.
impressive.
It's going to come down to what happens with Kyle Pitts because he has been floated on
As
the
a
trade
trade?
block. So free Kyle Pitts. I would love to see him as a Dallas Cowboy, but we have 17 different tight ends right now.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right, Chiefs Seahawks. I only care about this game if Jalen Milroe plays some more. He got a little action last week, but those rosters they're pretty set. Who cares? It's the Chiefs.
I'm looking forward to Jets Giants at the Meadowlands, of course, or MetLife Stadium. This game is, always this is going to be each team's Super Bowl because I don't think either of these teams are playoff teams. So they got to have bragging rights in their own building.
Yep.
And
What week?
yeah,
do you
hopefully
think,
we'll.
Jackson Dart goes in and starts this year, Adam.
Ooh, week 6 or 7.
He's
is
not
around-
starting.
He'll
This man
He will be
is not
starting by the end of the
good.
year. He will be starting by the end of the year.
He will die out there.
Well,
he
it
is
doesn't
not
matter. The
ready.
Giants are going to be good.
I hope he starts the week after the Broncos and Giants play, because I didn't get my Russell Wilson revenge game last year with the Steelers. I want it versus the Giants. So I'm going to say after Broncos Giants play.
Now, if the Giants somehow find themselves at like 6-2 or something, that it's going to be tough for Dable to justify taking Russell. But I look at the schedule.
Worth it though. 5
Giants might start 0-4.
But do you think it's even worth it to put him out there to get destroyed in his rookie season? You don't think it's worth it just to wait pull a Jordan Love, have him just watch for a little bit?
Do you think Russell Wilson is that guy to have him watch? It doesn't seem like.
I think he is, because you're like, just don't do what this guy does.
Yeah.
Unless he's throwing it downfield. When he's throwing deep, watch Russ.
Mm-hmm.
All the other plays, don't do that, Jackson.
But all I'm saying is, what's the rush to get Jackson Dart in there?
Why
Why rush?
what you have?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's hard
the
to
NFL
learn on
rookie
the
deals are. It's a limited time. You have to figure out what you have. That's what the NFL has been really trying to push.
That's when you end up with the Sam Darnolds and the Zach Wilsons.
But here's the problem.
Rush stuff.
They'll keep churning though, because once in a while everyone wants their Josh Allen. Everyone wants their Patrick Mahomes. Everyone wants their Jalen Hurts or Carson Wentz's first couple of years. You want that superstar quarterback that you can build your team around. And they'll go through the churn. Like they'll go through like one guy like Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson's looking pretty bad right now. Injury prone, got injured again. They'll probably toss him away and then try again next year in a heavy quarterback loaded class. Same thing will be for the Steelers if Aaron Rodgers doesn't work out. We can just look for a quarterback in 2025. That's how most teams work.
And then Anthony Richardson goes and he sits for a couple years. He gets developed and he comes back and he's a starter. That's the thing. So many people want instant success. I'm just saying we've already seen this. Sam Darnold is the number one case to say, let's hold off. Let's not rush this.
But it's situation dependent. It's person dependent. Like how polished of a product do you have entering it? Jordan Love was considered a project by many. Though, that was considered a project, and them throwing him out there was a disservice to him.
Yeah.
But no one's arguing that Cam Ward shouldn't be out there.
A project right now? You don't think Jackson Dart is?
He's not going to be starting day one though.
No, he's not.
That's my point though. All I'm saying is we've seen what happens when we rush quarterbacks out on the field. It can affect their confidence level, and that can just literally spiral down a path. That's all I'm saying.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
I think Dart's more ready than we're probably giving him credit for, that you're probably giving him credit for, Scooter. But I think it really just comes down to a decision. It's Brian Dable has to know when Dart's actually ready to go in. And I think if Dable sees enough out of him, he should start him week 1, because you don't have much to gain by playing Russ. I don't think that's going to happen. But being in a locker room for a month with the guys, like getting that month of like regular season football to just continue to digest the playbook, I think that's beneficial. I hope they start Dart in October or early November. Okay. And I watched last year with Bo Nix. Like the first 2 games were rough, and the Broncos played the Steelers and the Seahawks. Both had tough defenses. You could just tell Nix didn't have the full offense down yet. And then they got a big win against the Bucs. Then they played a weird rain game against the Jets, where Rodgers and Nix both looked terrible. But after that's when things like started to click, and there's understanding all that stuff mentally, and then there's actually going out and doing it on the field. And the Giants, they got nothing to lose. Like Russell Wilson will not save Brian Dable's job. That I would put my freaking life on.
Of course not. Russell Wilson, he pissed his chance away like in the last few weeks in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like he did well when he started out. Like he for the value of the offense. I think he's a low-end starter right now.
And
like
then
he's not Seattle
Russ
Wilson.
I think the thing we're also forgetting too is like a lot of these coaches are on the hot seat too. And a lot of these GMs are on the hot seat as well. So I do understand from that perspective, teams being like, look, I drafted this guy. He's your future. Don't fire me. I can understand that. But from a development point of view, I just think sometimes it makes more sense to develop these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's. I think it depends on the guy, but you're not wrong.
But
I'm not worried that Micah will not be a Cowboys next year. Also, do not go Birds.
What about we got Birds and Browns? I was looking forward to watching Shedeur play, but now he's not.
Yeah.
But the Birds got a dude in Tanner McKee who I am convinced is a starting caliber guy who is just a backup right now.
He did well as a third stringer in limited play, I believe, in week 17 or 18. He looked pretty well once Pickett was taken down. So that's why they were able to move off from Kenny Pickett.
I want to watch Tanner McKee. That's my football nerd stuff this weekend. Like, honestly, give me some Tanner McKee ball. I want to see it.
You know who I want to watch? Jake Browning. Remember how well he did when Joe Burrow went down? Like, we didn't see him all last year.
Speaking of that, here's what I want to know. From your team, there's always what we call a pet cat that you just love to root for. A lot of people may not know them on your team. You got to be like a diehard fan of the team to even know this guy's on your roster. So I'm wondering, who is the pet cat that you are rooting for that makes your roster on your team? Is there a guy that a lot of people may not know about who you think you see something there? You see some potential. Who's your pet cat?
There hasn't been one.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a tough question.
I mean, for the Steelers, it's more questions about might not be playing week 1. Real thing is Cam Hayward. He is doing a hold in. He might hold out of games this past year because he's only making $16 million. What people don't understand about Cam Hayward, most of that money got paid early on in March as a bonus. What he's trying to do is get a little more money during the regular season, maybe parlay some of next year's contract because he did get an extension this past year into this year. So that's all he's trying to do.
I definitely have a pet cat. I definitely have one. Cam Cat. It's Cam Scaboo. I want him to do well. I want him to just prove.
He didn't play last week, right?
Preseason.
No, he's banged up a little bit, and so he's not going to make his preseason debut. Maybe not even in
the Scat Man.
Yeah, but he's definitely somebody I'm like, all right, I want to see what he brings to the table. I think a lot of people do too, because he was a monster in college. Monster.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
For the Cowboys, I got 2. There's one receiver. Okay, he has been hooping. Trayshawn Holden. Okay, this is like our wide receiver 5, wide receiver 6. He might not even make the team, but I know one thing: he's not gonna clear the waivers. Someone will get a stud in Trayshawn Holden at wide receiver. I'm just hopeful that maybe we can keep him on the team. The problem is we got so many good receivers on this team now with the addition of I'm drawing a blank. What is the Steelers wide receiver?
Pickens.
Yeah, we've got
George
Pickens now, but we also have Jonathan Mingo. We still have Jalen Tolbert.
You're unironically cheering for Jonathan Mingo with how bad he was in Carolina?
Okay, here's the thing. Like I said previously, if you go and watch the film, there's literally YouTube clips you can go and watch all the routes of Jonathan Mingo. This man is wide open.
And he drops the ball all the time. That's why they traded him to Carolina.
The ball.
Not getting the ball because he's dropping it.
He's like stone hands and necessary roughness.
And they got
wide open on every play.
Y'all will see about Jonathan Mingo. He could be wide receiver 3 or wide receiver 4 right now, depending on how Jalen Tolbert. My other pet cat, though, you guys know this guy. But the thing is, we've been using him in a lot of different ways now. We've been putting him in the backfield at running back. That's Kevontae Turpin. So
it's Turpentine.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how we utilize this man because we can put him in the backfield and then flex him out, and he can be utilized in so many ways. If he just learns how to catch the ball without jumping in stride, we might have a Tyreek clone over here, a Tyreek Hill clone. So we'll see. If Shoddy can properly utilize Kevontae Turpin as a running back, as a gadget back, we'll see.
Remember, your coach is Brian Schottenheimer. Did you forget about that?
Listen, he is a head coach. He could be a better head coach than a coordinator. That's all I'm saying. You never know these days.
What is that noise?
Never know. Why do we keep hearing this?
Is that tree?
The chimes.
Tree.
Yeah.
It's a doubt.
When you hear that, it means he agrees. That's what that means.
Actually, I hear that. That's my objection.
It's agreement. It's from a video game.
You are coping and seething.
Y'all didn't know that from the video game? The agreement?
No, I've never
Your
played
agreement chime?
No, that's the doubt logo. You never
the agreement chime? That's crazy. That's crazy. Perna, who is your pet cat on the Broncos?
Dude, my pet cat threw up at 3:30 a.m. last night. Projectile vomited. We have hardwood floor going up to our bedroom, and then our bedroom turns into carpet. That little son of a gun projectile vomited out on the hardwood floor, but into the bedroom where I had the door cracked like this. And it woke me up. I heard it. I was like, oh God, that was loud. I was like, that was a lot of puke too. And I did that thing where I go, do I get up to go see if I need to clean it, or do I just wait until the morning? And good thing I got up, because it's right. I would have stepped in that, and it was so much. And then I was just mad. I was just mad that I'm cleaning up puke at 3:30 a.m.
What is your literal pet cat's name?
But we got 2 cats, and you got to just do the thing. And
what is your cat's name?
That one is Inca, but we just call her Stinky.
Inca got you with the.
Did it yell? Did the cat yell? Bo Nix is better than Herbert as it vomited? Because that's.
If it did, I would respect that.
That's fair.
I don't have one. Like, I don't think there's I think most of the guys are kind of slated. Like, I don't think there's a lot of mystery in terms of roster.
Bro,
spots.
You're not rooting for cornerback 6?
Huh?
You're not rooting for the cornerback 6, the free safety, the 4th middle linebacker on your team?
No. I'm rooting. I want to see Chris Abrams drain on the field more. They drafted him last year. He looked decent when he was on the field last year. And we've got Pat Surtain at corner. And then you have Riley Moss. Moss kind of played through injuries last year. Jaquan McMillan, he actually played, I thought, fairly well in the preseason game. They drafted Jahdae Barron. But I think there's something to Chris Abrams' drain. He's a dude I think I want to see play a little bit more. All of the things that are interesting for the Broncos are battles that we want to see RJ Harvey be a little more effective in the run game if he gets more reps this week. There's a dude they drafted last year, Nick Gargulio, who they took in the 7th round.
That sounds
kind of looks like cat. Dracula, his photo.
That sounds like a pet cat right there.
Yeah, he's an offensive lineman.
Nice.
And he's listed at 2 on the depth chart behind Quinn Miners, but he's been hanging out with Bo Nix this offseason. I've seen Gargulio when they're out doing stuff going to the games. I'm like, oh, Gargulio's hanging with the crew. So I don't know.
Great Gargulio is a crazy name.
There's awesome.
Audric Estime, who they drafted last year. There's a chance they release him.
Really?
So that's maybe a possible surprise roster cut, but I don't know.
Okay. Guys, is there anything that we've missed that we need to talk about, NFL news related or just sports related?
I want to say something. Last night, I went to the Flying Squirrels game. I'm doing this new series called Just Drop It and Go, where I just decide that day to go to a sporting event, and you can't have tickets. You just got to walk up. And I did, and I got in, and I was filming in the upper deck. For some reason, a foul ball came right at me. I'm just in the upper deck walking, and I caught it barehanded, and the entire stadium went crazy.
That's badass.
And yeah, it was.
Did it hurt?
It's still a little bruised, but it's fine. I do. You do
this. You're built for this.
And a couple people came up to me and they were like, "Nice catch." And then I found a kid and I gave it to the kid, which is a little. I'm self-glossing right now, but I didn't need the ball. I'm just.
I found
so
a
cool.
kid. I showed him the baseball, and I said,
Yeah.
"Wouldn't you like to have this?"
Yeah, and then I threw it.
Yeah,
And I was like, "Nah," and I stuffed it into my pocket. But then I got a couple messages on Instagram. I was like, "Were you at the Squirrels game last night?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was.
Nice.
That was me."
Nice.
So I just want to say, and I was ironically the worst part about it was I was not filming when I caught it.
Dang.
So I only
Those
had
are kind of hard. Like
eyewitness.
camera in one hand, catching with. The
I
other hand.
had the 360 mounted on my thing because it was like right here.
Oh, yeah, that was a blunder.
On.
That was a blunder.
Because I was changing. I was going down from the upper deck down to the lower area to get more B-roll.
5. What are you doing? Catching a foul ball, 360 camera?
They got to have video from the stadium. Did you call the stadium?
No, no. It was because it was up in the upper deck. I don't know. If anyone was watching the Squirrels, if anyone was at the Squirrels game last night, I had the coolest one-handed catch ever. Same with in the game in Portland, Tree. I got a hit. There's no good footage of it at all.
Yeah,
That's
because they were showing something else at the time, which is BS.
Yeah, the broadcast was showing other highlights, and then I get a hit while they're talking because I jumped on the first pitch. Like, that's my life. I do cool stuff, and then it doesn't get caught on film.
Well, I mean, Nick did catch it on film, though. Just saying.
He caught it from the side, though. He didn't catch the ball path.
No, he didn't catch the ball path.
Yeah.
Well, it shows you hitting the
cool.
baseball. How's that sound?
It was pretty sweet, though. Anyway, sorry.
I'm starting it. Seriously, it's a countdown.
Stop.
I mean, he's right.
Cool. All right.
Sing it, Tree. What?
Me the light. Sorry.
It was beautiful.
Why are you
Diet Coke mixed with pickle and jalapeno.
I got $7.
$7 for 5 points.
$7 to make you holler. I got paid.
Who got that hundo? Who got the hundo?
I did.
I think Scooter.
Hey,
No, it wasn't me.
I did.
Ooh,
Brandon.
somebody just got 50 dropped on them.
better not be
Do
me.
it, boys.
It's not me, thank the Lord.
What
This
do
is
you guys
funny.
have?
I got 157.95.
I got 125.
Mine starts with a 2.
Yeah!
Yes! Dude, I've got too many punishments as it is.
I don't have to do the Travis Kelce pose.
Oh, you're getting it next week,
gonna
buddy.
do Travis Kelce
You're gonna
pose.
get it next week.
Like, can we parlay my punishment onto him? Because we need to see the Travis Kelce.
They had a lot.
I still have to wear the Travis Kelce Speedo. I'm waiting for all of us 5 to be together
Right. That's fair.
till I do that.
We can cash these punishments in week 1, of course. When
But
the
chat, be
audience
on the
is
lookout for the
large.
Speedo coming.
Still got a
But what do we got to do?
Together my Pokemon poem.
I've got OnlyFans I'll still have to do. I have I think I did the TJ Watt one in Portland, so we're good there. I'm trying to think what else I need to do. I know there are a couple. Aaron Rodgers. I need to get an Aaron Rodgers jersey.
What can we make this man do? What can we make this man do?
Oh, yeah.
I think I need to do a Holy Spirit thing for Aaron Rodgers too, to like ward the spirits, I believe.
You have to ward the spirits. Okay.
You have to do ayahuasca before a live stream.
Ooh.
That's gonna be terrible. I think
Again?
that's illegal in Pennsylvania.
Tree, have you ever done a psychedelic drug of any kind
No.
in your life?
I mean, I've done weed like a couple times, but I can't. I get paranoid high. I can't do it.
Oh man, I would love to.
No,
see
that would
Tree
be-
on
it
a
would be bad.
psychedelic.
I just think we do another like post for only trees.
Steelers.
I think he just has to do the only trees. That's what he's got to do. Just
Expand,
like this is
expand the
double.
only trees punishment.
Yeah, to actually doing it. Like that's like
At
that's
some point we're
like,
gonna have you
it's-
make only trees calendar at this rate.
Yeah, if you a calendar, an only trees calendar.
Oh, the Jets play the
Nick
Steelers
could
week
make it.
1. You
Yes,
got Justin
Steelers, Jets.
Fields versus Aaron Rodgers week
Justin
1.
Fields
a
revenge
flip-flopping
game.
of. I feel like there should be a punishment for that.
I think Tree should just make the OnlyFans. Like finally just make good on it. And if he doesn't, it's a calendar. It's a tree calendar. 12 months in various scandalous poses that we get to pick.
With trees.
Yes, with trees. Tree as a fireman in the woods. Could you imagine his neighbors? He's having a photo shoot and a Tree is dressed as a fireman in the woods.
I'm just excited for Brandon Perna to recreate that picture.
Not happening yet,
That's
guys.
happening next
in
month.
the ocean.
All right, can we get out of here? It's dinner time.
Yeah, what do you guys have coming out?
Ooh, I have on Saturday every NFL team's most iconic touchdown. Think about your team's most iconic touchdown. I want to hear Scooter's response. What is the Dallas Cowboys' most iconic single touchdown ever? I will tell you off air what I picked.
Kinky.
I think it's when
I'm very
Peyton Manning
did a naked bootleg where,
where
he was
into the end
he
zone.
was more open than a 7-Eleven at 5 a.m. He was unguarded.
Most iconic. Oh, it's the Tony Dorsett 99-yard run.
Oh, that's a big one.
Nah, but I got something better.
What? 99 yards?
I think I know what this is.
I got something better. I got something better.
I know. What this
okay.
is.
Well, can we just are we
Smell
ready
it?
to call it a show?
Smell you
Oh,
guys
what do you have
later.
coming out, Tree? What do
Well,
you
I
have?
just released a video on the art of negotiations with Jerry Jones.
Okay. I got an NFC East preseason meeting dropping soon. The gang is getting back together.
Nice.
Back to the gang. Let's go.
Perna?
We'll have a video Saturday. Just go watch every single one of my old videos right now.
That's fair.
All of them. All 3,000 plus videos.
This has been another episode of Clickbait Sports. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.